Hello, I am Adetomiwa. I'm passionate about equipping people to empower others by bringing people from not knowing to knowing and from knowing to life applicable understanding. So, we've been on this series titled Ask the Bible. We've asked a number of questions like, why this body? Why am I in this body? Why am I here? And then question like, why believe in God? Then we ask the third question, what exactly in God do I believe? And in this episode, we want to ask yet another question, and it is, why don't things change every time? Why don't things change every time I want things to change? Now, the man Paul, the apostle, in 2 Corinthians chapter 12, verses 7 to 10, 2 Corinthians chapter 12, verses 7 to 10, Paul prayed. He said 3 times he prayed for a situation to change. 3 times. He said he pleaded with the Lord. He petitioned the Lord about a situation. But guess what? The situation did not change. Instead, God said to Paul, "My grace is sufficient for you." Some other translation of the Bible would say, "My grace is enough." Another one says, "My grace is all you need." So, why is it that things don't change every time? Sometimes things happen and we wonder, why did it have to happen? Why couldn't it just change, or something else kind of happen to knock that off from happening? So, in asking the Bible, you will find that there are 3 realities of life and there are 3 secret things. I'll quickly talk about the 3 realities of life. There are mistakes in life. The mistakes might be ours, the mistakes might be somebody else's, and someone else falls victim of another person's mistake. There are situations in life. Take for an example that you are visiting a particular part of the world, don't mean the weather in that part of the world must change just because you are visiting. See? So, most times, it is you who would either have to travel light or layer up so as to keep yourself from the cold, or you travel light so as to keep yourself aerated from the heat. So you see, there are mistakes in life and there are situations in life, but also there is the devil and his wickedness and his agents. We live in a world where there is an enemy, the devil. This devil specializes in wickedness. This wicked devil has got agents. You see? So these 3 realities are responsible for a lot of happenings in the lives of people. They are responsible for things that don't seem to change many times. Now, you would wonder, how come these 3 realities would keep negativities from changing? There are 3 secret things. Deuteronomy 29:29 says, the secret things belong to God. All right? So there are 3 things that most times only God and the victim or the affected person may know. You and I may never know, no matter how much we love them. Number 1, we may never know their mistakes. We may never know their mistakes. They may not have the opportunity to tell us a wrong step they took, or something they did that perhaps they got a warning. Don't go in that direction. Don't take this particular route. And they just took the route. You never can tell. Now, when I say mistakes, please understand, I'm not talking necessarily about the person sinning. No, it might not be outright sin, just some errors on their part. Mistakes do happen. Another secret thing that you and I may never know, no matter how much we love the person, is personal warnings. We may never know of their personal warnings. You know, in Job chapter 33, the Bible tells us that God makes effort on his part. He will come through one way to warn the person. If the person is not sensitive to the warning, he comes through another way to warn the person. If the person is still not sensitive to the warning, he waits until they are asleep at night. Then he comes with a dream to warn them still. If they are not sensitive to it, they eventually fall victim of a situation, fall victim of a mistake, or fall victim of the devil's wickedness, outright wickedness. Why? God gave them warnings that they didn't pick up. You find that in Job 33 from verse 14 to 16. And finally, there are personal beliefs. Personal beliefs. You never can tell what I believe. You never can tell how I believe what I believe. It's one of the secret things known to God. In the next episode, we want to ask the Bible yet another question. Check in the description or the pinned comment for a link to a service where we studied this particular question more extensively than I've been able to share it with you here. Again, I'm Adetomiwa. I look forward to having you in the next episode. Bye for now.